Hello, everyone. It's Alex Miller at Capnion here. I have two major items on my agenda for this video. First, I'm going to announce a project with implications at the intersection of iOS development, what are good practices for generative AI like ChatGPT, and then also we're going to show you how to use Ghost PII in a tangible setting. So I'll talk more about that in a second. And then I had to comment on something I saw on the LinkedIn newsfeed about Geoffrey Hinton, the Godfather of AI, leaving Google. And I don't mean to diminish this or put down his opinions, but a great opportunity here to emphasize continuity, which is what I've been emphasizing in a lot of these videos. You don't really have any problems now that you didn't have before. First, the project. We will, in a very transparent way that we are going to very aggressively tell you about and show you, be making a basic iOS app using Ghost PII over the course of this quarter. And there's a few things we're going to spotlight to you while you do it. So first, if you're just interested in learning iOS development, I think we're probably going to get enough material out to you that it's going to have educational value if you're in that entry-level place. For a slightly more advanced crowd, we are going to be using our tool Ghost PII to add a very high-level pervasive encryption to this app. And I've jokingly called this end-to-end-ear encryption, in that what you get from something like WhatsApp leaves a lot of metadata about you, who you're talking to, unencrypted. This is going to have absolutely everything encrypted all the way through. So the application server hosting this is not going to be able to see anything at all about what's going on in the app. And this is noteworthy because Apple, for example, has a service to host these things for you. Are you concerned about Apple seeing your business as Apple competitor? We're going to show you how you can add just a few lines of code to create an app where the people hosting the thing will have absolutely no idea. Some of the early work, I should note, is going to be done in a pretty agnostic way. So a lot of apps have a lot of the same tubes on the back end. We're not going to decide early on exactly what this app is for while we get the back end set up. We'd love it if you guys turned out to have feedback about where is such a thing needed or where might you be interested in it. Finally, I'm on here talking all the time about generative AI, maybe where you should use it, maybe where you shouldn't use it. We're going to use ChatGPT anywhere we think we should use it on this project, and we're going to talk to you very explicitly about this is the reason why we think it's good to use here, this is the reason why I think it's not good to use over there, and I'm going to rehash my two major points here, which is that you need some kind of efficient quality control. Whatever got spat out of ChatGPT, how do I know that it's good and not bad? And then second, you got to use it for things where you're not too much telling OpenAI all your business about everything you're doing, giving up all your intellectual property, leaving your life story in some database associated with ChatGPT. And I'll start on that tomorrow. So we're going to do some of the setup for this iOS app. We're going to have ChatGPT write all the boilerplate for us, and it's quite good at writing boilerplate. Potentially this kind of thing, this is where it can really save you a lot of time safely, maybe. Shifting gears, Geoffrey Hinton. He's this fellow been at Google a really long time, apparently, getting called in these news articles, the Godfather of AI. I could have crossed a wire, but I do believe seeing his name come up quite a lot in the period of research back in the day when they're basically inventing artificial neural nets, which underscore a lot of our deep learning big fancy generative AI stuff today. He quit Google because he wants to speak freely about why AI is dangerous. And it just stood out to me. One thing he pointed out was, well, he's worried that, fake imagery and text will make it so that nobody can decide what is real anymore. I've talked a lot in these videos. A lot of AI has been out there already. And then maybe you have systems with some people in between. There's a little AI over here and a little AI over there. So this is what this fellow is worried about has already happened. And I'm not saying it's good or that we shouldn't worry about it, but if you follow politics closely, for example, and you haven't noticed that there's a lot of people out there that don't know what's real or making some important decisions based on ignorance of what is real, then you might be the person that doesn't know what's real. And I've had this conversation apropos of deepfakes before. Oh, well, a video will convince people something is true that's not true. Well, that's just because we don't have that relationship with video yet where it can be faked. Unless it can be faked, that will change. And people are quite ready to believe in all caps chain email that agrees with their prejudice. So I don't think there's anything new here. If you want to be scared of the future and adapt to it, you can look at the present. I think it has all the hints about what's going to happen and what you need to do.